Hello again and welcome to the Warhammer 40k Militarum Tempestus tactics video. So today we'll be continuing with our Militarum Tempestus basic tactics series where we go through pretty much everything you need to know about collecting Militarum Tempestus, be that adding a small contingent to your already existing Imperial Guard or Imperium force, or if you're going to take the plunge and go for a pure Militarum Tempestus army. This series is in the process of covering pretty much everything you need to know. So we've already talked about some of the basic principles of the Militarum Tempestus, how keeping the momentum is key, how you are a glass hammer army. We've gone through most of the weapon choices for them as well. And then later we'll be talking a bit more about how to deep strike with Militarum Tempestus, the unit options available to them, and just some other general tactics. So today we will be taking a look at the most important weapon available to the Tempestus Scions, the Stormtroopers, and that is the plasma gun. Now it is no overstatement to say that the plasma gun is, in the hands of a Stormtrooper, possibly the most point-efficient weapon that the Imperial Guard has to offer. Even with the price hike, going from 7 points to 13 points, Plasma Stormtroopers there is only one correct choice, really. Okay? Plasma is just an absolute death-dealing machine when put on Militarum Tempestus. So let's take a look at it. So, as I mentioned, the plasma gun costs 13 points in the hands of a Stormtrooper. Any model that's got ballistic skill 3+ in the Imperial Guard pays 13 points for the plasma gun. If you have a ballistic skill 4+, then you only pay 7 points. You are paying a premium. There is a reason for that. It's because when Stormtroopers first came out and there were 7-point plasma guns, they were unstoppable. Literally unstoppable. Now they're just incredibly good. For that, you should all know what a plasma gun does, but we'll cover it anyway. It is strength. It has two profiles: standard, strength 7, AP -3, 1 damage, or overcharged, strength 8, AP -3, 2 damage. Now it goes without saying that you pretty much, in the Stormtroopers, you'll have ways to overcharge safely pretty much constantly, and you should always be overcharging. Plasma is an average weapon when it's on its standard profile. When it's on its overcharged profile, it is a beast. Because you're wounding, you go from strength 7 to strength 8. Most enemy vehicles out there are toughness 7. So you need that strength 8 so you're wounding them on 3. You just need that. And then you need the damage 2, because a flat 2 damage is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the main reasons why I'm loving autocans at the moment in my regular guard. Flat 2 damage is incredible. So the reason why plasma is so effective is because you can take it on Tempestus Scion command squads. And Tempestus Scion command squads are just little bundles of pain. They are absolute scalpel units. They embody everything that the Militarum Tempestus stands for. A small elite unit with unprecedented levels of firepower. Now we'll be doing a full video on Tempestus Scion command squads later, but for now, the reason why they're so good is because you can take 4 plasma guns on one of these squads, and you can take 3 of these squads. And you are going to take 3 of these squads. There's no questions about it. Okay, especially if you're playing pure Tempest Sounds, you want to take 3 plasma command squads. That is 12 plasma guns. In 3 squads, you have more plasma than most armies field in their entire force. Okay? Now you're going to want to deep strike. Deep striking plasma is very, very effective, and deep striking accurately is what makes the Scions, again, incredibly powerful. So what you're doing is you're combining the most powerful gun the Scions have with their most powerful ability to deep strike. Now, plasma, again, we've talked about combos for an 8th edition. Plasma, again, combos really well with the fact that you can deep strike 9 inches away, so accurately, but the rapid fire range of a plasma gun is 12 inches. So So even if the enemy screens relatively effectively, you're still going to be in range. You've got a 24-inch range maximum. You're still going to be in range with your plasma, and most of the time you'll be able to get in range, in rapid fire range, with your plasma, which is just fantastic. Now, you then can combine this ability with the Take Aim order that the Scions have, that all Imperial Guard have. And Take Aim allows you to reroll ones to hit. Okay? Now, that means that you can overcharge safely, because if you overcharge on a roll of a 1, you kill yourself. But if you have reroll ones to hit, it's much less likely you're going to get a 1 followed by a 1. Okay? And because you're hitting on 3-ups, more likely you're going to hit on a 1, reroll, and just get a normal hit, which is fantastic. Now, again, the reason why Scions are so good and the Deep Strike is so good is because you have a lot of armies out there which guards struggle against, which are -1 to hit, over 12 inches. But you can Deep Strike in within 9 inches, so you won't be affected by that -1 to hit. And that's really, really important, because this links again to why Plasma is so good on Scions. It's a 4th combo, is the Scion Regimental tactic, which is Stormtroopers. And Stormtroopers, when you are within half range with a weapon, if you get a 6 to hit, you get to fire an additional shot. So just add all these things together. You have 4 plasma guns, deep striking in rapid fire range. Again, it's rapid fire, so that doesn't mean you have the -1 to hit for moving. Again, why plasma is so effective. So that's a 5th combo that works well with the Scions. So you're deep striking in, that's 1 combo. You've got really, really good overcharged plasma guns, that's a 2nd combo. You're able to re-roll the 1s, that's a 3rd combo, and then you get to do the Scion tactic, which gets you extra shots. So that's a 4th combo. So about 4 or 5 combos, basically. All those things combined means that a single 4-man Tempestus Scion command squad with 4 plasma guns, which only costs you 88 points, is on average, taking into account reroll 1s to hit, it's going to get 10 plasma shots. Okay? You're probably going to get about 8 plasma hits. Okay? Now that means you're going to, we're talking, you could easily, with a good bit of luck, I regularly get 9 or 10 plasma hits, I'll be honest with you, but we'll say about 8 being assertive. That means when you're wounding against a vehicle, if you're wounding against infantry, that's 7 wounds, and that basically translates to 7 dead people. If you're shooting against a vehicle, which is ideally what you want to shoot these things against, you're looking at about 6 or 7 wounds. Now, most vehicles are only going to be on a 3-up save, which means they're only going to stop 1, which means you're going to be putting about 5 or 6 unsaved wounds onto a vehicle. Against most vehicles, we're talking, like standard vehicles. Let's compare. We always compare things to Space Marines because Space Marines are just the MEQ standard. That's a dead Razorback. With a little bit of luck, that's a tiny bit of luck. That's a dead Predator. That's a crippled Land Raider. If you're shooting that at any kind of vehicle, not just Space Marine, Orc vehicles, they're dead. Even Eldar vehicles, Tau vehicles, might not be dead, but they'll be extremely crippled, degraded. That's absolutely fantastic. And then imagine that you've not just taken one, so you've got one squad which can essentially come down and delete a unit or make it so ineffective. You've got one unit that can just jump down and do this. Now imagine that you've got 3 of them. That is 3 key units of the enemy which have just been removed. And even if you're slightly unlucky, that's still 2 units which are just removed. Gone. Now you have to understand that, your Tempestus command squads aren't going to live past that. This is the key to them. And we'll do a video on Tempestus command squads later. But suicide plasma is really, really effective. And to be honest, plasma in general is really, really effective. And you don't really have an excuse to not be taking just plasma guns. In your Torch Prime squads, plasma guns. It'll start adding up. It'll start getting expensive very quickly. But you don't really have an excuse not to. because plasma is just so damn effective. So there you go, guys. There is not a single downside to running plasma on your Tempestus command squads. It's not that expensive because you're, 4 of these things in a command squad is 88 points. 3 of those squads is only about 250 points. What's it, 256 points? It's nothing. Take into account that those 3 squads can be buffed by a single Tempestus Prime. How you do that? Tempestus Prime gets 1 order. Command Rod gets 2 orders. Now you can either put the relic on him, the relic of Tiberius, which lets him get an additional order on 2+, or you just spend 1 command point and get an additional order. In theory, 1 Tempestus Prime can order 4 units around. But that's a video for a later date, because Tempestus Primes are very, very interesting little buffers. They're surprisingly good. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave lots and lots of comments, and I'll see you guys next time.